Hello everyone, it's Tom. I am back with another video for you, which is a barb speed guide for Greater Rift with a Rend build. I will introduce this with only non-ancient items with 800 Paragon in a 90 level speed GR for a simple demonstration. Now let's see this class set in a few words quickly. The 2-piece bonus increases the damage per second of Rend by 500% and its duration to 15 seconds. Okay, this means the 2-piece bonus triples the duration of Rend, which could be useful in the early stage of a season. Thanks to the 4-piece bonus during Whirlwind and for 3 seconds after, you gain 50% damage reduction and your applied Rends deal triple damage. This makes Whirlwind a mandatory choice in any version of Wrath of Waste build. The 6-piece bonus simply provides a massive damage increase to Whirlwind and Rend. The addition of the Dust Devils rune allows Whirlwind focused builds to use another rune. So the main damage dealer is Rend with Bloodbath rune. It's especially useful in a high density rift. Thanks to this rune, you should use plus physical elemental damage in our gear. How this build works? The next key element of the build are closely related: cooldown reduction, movement and attack speed, and extra damage. If you take movement speed and damage, you need some kind of balance. I mean, your main goal is kill every trash mob with one shot if it's possible. So I would say first is the extra damage, and it is fine, you can balance your movement speed too. There are some mandatory items in this build. Let's see them. Firstly, the Embossed Pride Sword. Thanks to this, attacking with Whirlwind also applies Rend, and the total damage of Rend is dealt over 1 second instead of 5. This is closely related to Wrath of Wasted set bonuses we use and also gives us immediate damage. The desired stats: extra damage, strength, cooldown reduction and socket. As for the secondary stat, life per kill. But we can benefit even more from these bonuses if you use Lamentation Belt in this build. With this, Rend can stack up to 2 times on an enemy. It has also a damage multiplier to Rend, so we can push our damage to higher levels. We use this item in cube. In this way, the damage multiplier will be at max, which is 150%. As for the another 2 cube choices, use Furnace in weapon slot to increase damage against Elites and Guardian. It could be useful because our main damage dealer is not the best against single targets, especially against the Rift Guardian. To avoid undesirable guaranteed stats, we will use Ring of Royal Granger in the queue. Thanks to this item, you can use Wrath of Wasted set in a combination with Captain Crimson Trimmings. This set provides cooldown reduction as well as resource cost reduction bonuses, and then scales your damage dealt and damage reduced according to both stats respectively. As for our second weapon, we will use Echoing Fury. It increases DPS via attack speed bonus and gives extra movement speed thanks to Frenzy 5 stacks. With extra attack speed, you can apply Rend faster to your enemies with Embossed Pride Sword. Ideal stats: extra damage, strength, cooldown reduction and socket. But another important benefit of the Echoing Fury is the usage of Obsidian Ring of Zodiac will be more efficient. This ring reduces the remaining cooldown of one of the skills by 1 second when hitting with a research spending attack. The desired stats: crit hit chance, socket, cooldown reduction and resource cost reduction. And lastly, the secondary stat: physical resistance. For damage reduction, we will use Band of Might in another ring slot. We will use this ring with Furious Charge skill. I think in speed build, this skill is the best option. Ideal rolls: crit chance, crit damage, cooldown reduction and socket. As for the secondary, physical resistance. The last used jewelry is a skirt necklace amulet. This legendary piece greatly increases both damage dealt and unfortunately your damage taken. To maintain the increased damage from this item, you have to reverse the stacks, so you have to avoid hits from your enemies. The desired stats: plus physical damage, crit chance, crit damage and socket. As for secondary, physical resistance. The last key item in this build, the Nemesis Bracers for more elites and more progress. The ideal stats: physical damage, strength, crit chance. Life on hit not really important here, but life regen is more useful. This will support Skirt Necklace and Molten Shield Gem. In a group speed GR, when another player pick Nemesis, you can use other bracers for example Mortic Brace to support Wrath of Berserker skill. Before we jump into skill section, now just a quick check for the best stats for remaining items. Helm, Strength, White, Crit Chance and Socket. As for the secondary stats, Physical Resistance and Pickup Radius. Shoulders, Strength, Auras, Cooldown Reduction and plus run damage. As for the secondary stats, Health Globe bonus and Pickup Radius. Chest, Strength, White, run damage and Socket. Secondary, Physical Resistance and melee or missile damage reduction. Boots, Strength, White, Auras, Armor or Life Regen to increase our shield from Molten Gem. Health Globe bonus and Pickup Radius as secondary stats. Gloves, Strength, Crit Chance, Crit Damage and I would say White on low Paragon, otherwise go with cooldown reduction. As for the secondary, Health Globe bonus and Pickup Radius. Pants, Strength, White, Auras and Socket. And Life per kill and Pickup Radius as secondary stats. Belt, Strength, White, Life Regen, Auras for support Morten Shield. And secondary stats, Life per kill and Pickup Radius. Now the gems. If you want more toughness, use diamonds. And if you want more damage, use rubies in chest and pants. But rubies increase your armor too. For more cooldown reduction, use diamond in harm. Okay, the legendary gems. First, Bane of the Trapped. It gives us more damage and movement speed reduction to our enemies. Tejuk for more damage and toughness via armor. With constant whirlwind you can easily maintain the max 10 stacks. The last one is Molten with Life Regen. It helps maintain your skirt necklace stacks. To support this gem, use the life per second legendary potion. If you balance your gear, your ideal life pool should be around 500,000. With increased toughness from Captain Crimson and Band of the Might Ring, with the insane life regeneration from the Molten Gem, you will stay at near full health most of the time. Now the use skill and skill rotation. First, the active skills. The primary damage dealer of this build is Rend. It's buffed by the class set 2-piece bonus, damage output tripled by the 4-piece bonus, and thanks to the 6-piece, his damage can be higher. Using Lamentation Mighty Belt, damage output will be even higher. The legendary powers of Ambo's Pride allows you to apply Rends by simply whirling through the enemy. The recommended rune choice is Blood Buff with bleeding damage. The Whirlwind with Vine Shear rune is important for 4 reasons. Rend application of Ambo's Pride, the Fury maintenance with Wind Shear rune, the damage reduction from the Waste's 4-piece bonus, and lastly the damage and toughness bonuses from the legendary gem Teju. But the most important is the Wrath of Berserker with Insanity rune. This gives us more damage, toughness and movement speed. With a combination of high cooldown reduction and the powers of the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac Ring, you should able to use this skill probably constantly. Battle Rage boosts both your overall damage and your crit chance. It has a 2-minute duration so you can easily maintain. The recommended rune is Ferocity, which adds 15% movement speed. For mobility, the Furious Charge with Merciless Assault is an obvious choice. But you should use this skill at least once every 8 seconds if it's possible, for damage reduction buff from Band of Might. And lastly, you can increase your damage reduction further with Ignore Pain skill. This is a speed build, so you should choose Bravado rune for more movement speed. The increased medication from this skill and Band of Might bonus help you maintain your Molten Shield to prevent loose skirt necklace stacks. And lastly, the passive skill, the Pound of Flesh. It gives movement speed bonus via Pick Health Globe. When you use this passive skill, you should consider items with increased pickup radius from secondary stats. Rampage gives 1% strength for 8 seconds. The max stack is 25. It gives more damage and some toughness via armor bonus from strength. To reduce Wrath of Berserker cooldown, we use Boon of Vulkatos passive skill. And finally, Ruthless is an obvious choice. Once you bring your target below 30% health, your damage will be higher with an additional 40%. The game style and skill rotation are really simple. This build starts and ends runs with continuous whirlwind. This all-in-one tool serves for mobility, fury upkeep, damage reduction and rend application. Use Wrath of Berserker or cooldown. And use Ignore Pain to more damage reduction or extra movement speed when it's necessary. You have to maintain Battle Rage active at all times. And lastly, keep a close eye on your Band of Might, with using Furious Charge to keep the damage reduction effect going. And use Ignore Pain to more damage reduction, or extra movement speed when if necessary. Okay, I used only 800 Paragon points and non-ancient items. As you can see, these items are not too good with not the best stats, so there is a possibility for higher level GR and progression. I want to show you a basic build which is easy to put together early in any season. I think we covered everything. You can find the D3 planner link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this guide. If you would like to watch more, please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And see you in the next one. Peace.